So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at a thing called the intercept form and then use the intercept form in order to solve for the x and the y values for it. So I'm going to show you the quick way to understand how it works and then how we can quickly calculate the y-intercept and the x-intercept for the intercept form. So I expect you to watch this video and then apply the materials. So this is the intercept form of a line. For the intercept form, we've had this. Let's call it ax plus by equals d. Okay? So any equation that looks like that, where all the letters are on the left side and then we have our constant on the right. Now, here is how we solve these problems, okay? So here is a problem. So this is an example. So let's say I have 3x plus 4y is equal to, say, negative 24, okay? And I ask you, the first thing that I would do is I would look at this specific solution and I would say, wow, this is the intercept form. Form of a line. And the reason why I like this is because it makes calculating the x-intercepts and the y-intercepts of these lines really, really easy. Now, let me explain to you what I mean. So remember the rules for finding the intercept, right? 1, for the x-intercept, you let y equal 0 and then solve. For the y-intercept, you let x equal 0 and then solve. And that was just number 2. So those are the rules, right? So imagine I want to find the x-intercept for this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let y equals 0. Wait a second. If I let y equal 0 in this equation right here, that means that this disappears for this specific problem, right? Which really means we just have 3x is equal to negative 24. Because if I plugged in a 0 here, this would be gone. This whole thing here would be gone, wouldn't it? So it would be just 3x equals negative 24. Now, let's just solve. So 3x divided by 3 divided by 3. In this case, my x-intercept is negative 8, which means my point is negative 8 and 0. We're good. Now let's do the y-intercept. That means we're going to let x equal 0 in our equation, which means that for this thing, the 3x disappears. So all we're left with is all of this. 4y equals negative 24, and we solve. That's the reason I like this. So we end up with 4y equals negative 24, and then when we go and solve, we divide both sides by 4, which means our y is equal to negative 6, which means our point is 0, negative 6, and we're done. And that is why you have all those questions for the x and the y intercept of the basic intercept form. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to practice those questions And then I want you to do the equations of both lines.